Welcome back to Adrian's Avenue, and I am so glad you're here today. To my new viewers as well as the ones that's been supporting me for years, thank you for coming in once again and spending just a little time with me. Now, have you ever noticed that there are certain cultures in America that win in the money game more than other cultures? I've noticed that, and I've done some research, and I want to bring it to you today because I want to know how to win in the money game. Totally win. I want to know all the secrets from all the cultures. What are they doing to win this money game in America? Stay tuned. Now, there are two cultures that stand out the most to me in America as far as this wealth building game. And that is the Jewish community as well as the Asian community and their cultures. And there are specific reasons why they stand out. Number one, both of these cultures put a premium on education. Not only formal education, but what they're training their children to do within the homes. It is not uncommon, you guys, for them to have, sit down at the dinner table and teach their kids about money, about budgeting, about savings, about what they need to do in the future to keep the money in the family. This is not unusual. This is not uncommon. They don't have the excuse that, hey, they're not teaching this in high school. They're not teaching this in school. They take it up on themselves so that they can educate their kids to whatever they need to make it in life, whatever they need to carry the culture and what the family believes in on when they get older. This is passing on that generational wealth and mindset from one generation to the next generation to the next generation. And it's very successful. They're very serious about education. They're very serious about going into their own businesses, becoming entrepreneurs. They do things like that, building wealth, hanging on to the money, teaching the kids how to handle the money, not just leaving them money and then the children not knowing what to do with the money or blowing through the money. They're trained at a very young age on what to do with money, how to handle money. This is what money is. And so these are two cultures that are, super intense about doing this. And that is one of the reasons why they're so successful in the wealth building game in America. The lesson that we can learn from this is that financial literacy starts at home. We need to break the silence of financial literacy when it comes to our children. They're young, impressionable minds, but they can pick this stuff up. They can learn. It shouldn't be taboo to talk about money at the dinner table or any other kind of table at home. Share what's going on in the family budget. Share how money grows. Share how money is spent. Share how money is made. They need to know each of this because when they get into the real world, when they step out into the real world, this is what they're going to be presented with. And, it's your responsibility. And what a great thing to arm them with these tools that they already know how this is going to happen. And they've been trained up since they were children on how this is going to happen. You want them to read. You want them to learn, the things that they learn in school. And why not teach them about financial literacy? It is our responsibility to educate our children. Another thing that these cultures value is long-term success over short-term gratification. And that being said, basically the question that you need to ask yourself, you and I both, is this what I want or is this what I want right now? Because you will find that what you want right now and what you really want, probably two different things. If what you want right now leads you to what you really want in life, that's a decision that you can make. But if what you want right now, just because it's shiny and nice and everybody else has it, if it doesn't lead you to what you really want in life, it may be something that you need to say no to. So this instant gratification, they teach their children and they live the life in front of their kids that long-term success is better than just short-term gratification because it's two different things. And if you want to have that long-term success, one day retire, one day sit back, one day have the money that you felt that you need, that you want, and that you want to have, and that you want to pass on to the next generation, you have to make sacrifices. Nothing wrong with sacrifices. It's nothing wrong with waiting a while to get something. If that's what you really want, put money aside until you get the amount that you need to purchase that. Don't just get it on a credit card or get it on some type of bill and then you have to pay it off. So your future money is going towards something that you've already purchased, and it may not benefit you in the long term. So make sure we're emphasizing long-term success, and you can have a balance here, but make sure that is the priority, that there is a thing called long-term success. And sometimes it's really not healthy, to be quite honest, to get gratification every time you want something, just go out and get it. Or every time the child wants something, just give it to them. Sometimes they need to wait. I know my parents made me wait for a lot of things. I had to save up to buy my first vehicle. My dad said he would pay the insurance, but as far as if you want it, you have to save up to buy it. So whatever car that I was going to buy, and it was a Cutlass back there, Oldsmobile Cutlass, long time ago. But I saved up enough money. It was $1,200. I saved up enough money to go and purchase a Cutlass. It wasn't brand new. It was used, but he paid the insurance that went on from, every 6 months, once a year, or however he paid it. But I had to pay for the car. I had to pay for the gas in the car. I had to pay for the maintenance on the car because it was mine. And guess what? I appreciated it more when my money was a part of that vehicle. I washed it. I cared for it because that was my money I put in the vehicle. Had they just given it to me because I wanted, here's the car, we'll pay for the insurance and everything, I may not have appreciated it as much. So there is a lesson to learn here from these cultures about long-term success and waiting to get some of these things instead of instant gratification. One other big important factor in these communities, especially in the Jewish community, is that they keep their dollars circulating amongst their community for a long time. I don't have the exact stats on how long that is, but they don't get something and then go spend it outside the community right away. They keep it circulating within, and there's nothing wrong with this, being about the community, supporting things within the community, whether it's hospitals, charitable events, or anything like that. They keep their dollar within them. And one thing that we can learn from this and do, and it doesn't have to be necessarily, it could be something like a group of ladies. A friend of mine called me and she was saying that she was getting together a group of ladies that are forward-minded thinking, that we want to sit together, talk about our businesses, seeing how we can support each other, see what we can do, what we do, and share that. But coming together with ideas, sharing ideas and sharing stuff like that. We don't do enough of that, whether it's a church group or any kind of group. But stick within your community as far as building something. Don't always be tearing down things within the community or anything like that. But build something within the community, because there are people that are like-minded that want to do things. I'm a part of several groups, that accountability groups, and just several groups. Every morning I meet with the group every morning, and we talk about the book that we're reading. Every morning we talk about the businesses that we're in, and we support each other. Somebody has an offer that they're going to do, we support that. We give ideas. So things are shared. I listen a lot, and I listen to these books that we're reading. So the knowledge that we have, don't gatekeep, let it flow, because you will find that most of the times when you give information, there are a few people that's going to take it and run with it. But there are a few people that, you can talk till you're blue in the face, and they're not going to accept it. They're not going to take it. So there are no secrets out there, because most of the time, if you give some great information, like I said, there's one or two that's going to grab it. And those are the folks that need to hear your voice at the time. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You can't force information up on anyone, and that's not what we're trying to do. But we don't want to gatekeep the information from people either. Now, I am also a big proponent of people going out doing their own research. If I give you information, that's great. Do your own research to make the decision that's best for you. This is not universal as far as what I say applies to everyone. So let's not get that mixed up. But I'm giving information, and you go take that information and do that. But the point is that these cultures, the Jewish culture and the Asian community, they are communal. They take care of themselves within their circles, and they support each other and let the money flow within their circles. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I'm so happy that you are part of my community. And that being said, hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as I'm bringing it to you. And hopefully this information is very helpful for you. Take it, what you need, process it, and do better, because like I said, I want to know everything that's going to make this community better and share that with you so we can build that wealth. These communities also have a strong sense of their faith, their identity, and what they truly believe in. So this is cultural for them, and they teach their children what they believe in, and because they're protecting and preserving what their culture is all about. And so whether the kids choose one way or another way, it's not for the lack that they don't know, because they are taught these certain things. Now, this is in general. I'm not saying every Asian person or every Jewish person does this, but for the most part, this is what happens, teaching faith. And in our communities too, we teach faith also. And hopefully the children will listen, but this is preserving the generations as far as what they believe in, as far as the faith is, their identity, because no one can tell you who you are except that no one outside can tell you who you are. They can say things about you, but if you know who you truly are, and because God tells us in the Bible who we are and our capabilities, and first of all, we believe Him for what He says about who we are. And then after that, no one can really tell us who we are. We get the cultures together, but that goes back to their faith, whatever faith that they believe in, their identity, and that's what keeps them going. So you don't put people down just by what you say if they actually know who they are as far as their identity and who God says that they are. So this is really strong in these cultures, and this is a good thing, because you do need to know who you are. That way, whatever people say about you, you don't have to believe, and it doesn't have to be true just because someone said that about you. You know what it is about you, you know what you do, and you know what God says about you. These cultures, bar none, believe in entrepreneurship. So they will have businesses out there, usually in the communities, but they support the businesses. They teach their children in the business. So if they do want to run the business, take care of the business, take over the business when they're ready to retire, they can do that and keep it within the family, keep it within the culture. So business is big, innovation is big out there also. Just designing things, learning new things, and moving forward with new things, not staying in the past and holding back, pulling each other down like crabs in a bucket. That's not what we want to do. We want to support each other. And if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, everybody's not cut out to do that. Some people need to go to work. Some people need to be in a 9-to-5 because of the discipline that it takes to own your own business, have your own business, the long hours, the things you have to go through, what you need to learn and progress in order for it to be successful. No one wants to have a business that's failed or you're struggling all the time. So, but these cultures are big in that, and they pass those businesses on. So it's generations inheriting other businesses and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So these are some things that we can learn from these cultures that will help us. And that's why they're winning in the game of money. On this channel, we talk about real money, we talk about real life, and we talk about real wealth building. And this is one of the factors that I wanted to point out to us, because there are cultures out there that's blossoming in whatever economy that we're going through. They're still blossoming and doing the right thing. And so we need to take a look at what are they doing? What do we need to adjust with in our own lives to make things a little better for us? To close this out, the 3 things that I really want you to get from this video is for these groups, specific groups, the Asian community as well as the Jewish community. The 3 things I really learned from them is that wealth is something that is generational. They pass it on from generation to generation. It's not about paycheck to paycheck. It's about the longevity of the money that's in the family or that's coming into the household. So that's one thing that I learned about it. Wealth is also communal for them. They keep it within their group and spend it wisely, circulate it, build each other up, do things like that that will help the community when you help the community, you help yourself by doing the right thing, right? And then you help the community by doing the right thing within the community, and it keeps it firm and it keeps it solid within the community. And another thing that I learned about this is that they teach. They are teachers to their children. They train the children up in the way that they should go. And so when they're older, hopefully they won't stray from it. That's biblical right there. But they teach the children in what they need to do, especially in the finances and the money. So when they leave the house, they know what's going on. But as kids, teach them what they need to do in the simple manner. And then as they get older, teach them a little bit more so that they won't be tricked, because if you don't teach them, the world will teach them, right? And so let's do our jobs in teaching the children what they need to know. And so with this, that's how they just blossom as far as wealth is within America. Now, there are other things that they do, but I wanted to point out the things that are pretty obvious, the things that we could actually share within our families and start doing maybe a little bit better, okay? And with that, I will see you in the next video.